Today is when we started allowing pre-orders for the game.
I think Dallas is scared of saying the wrong thing. So
I totally am afraid of saying the wrong thing right now.
So I'm just going to quickly go through here. So we have 3 editions for Star Wars: The Old Republic available to pre-order. The first is the standard edition. It's available as a digital download from Origin.com. It's also available at retailers. The second would be the digital deluxe edition. This is exclusively available as a digital download from Origin.com. And last but not least, we have a collector's edition. This is a very limited supply, and between 12:01 a.m. and about 5 hours ago, this actually sold out at Origin.com. It is still available at retail. There are many, many more copies available at retailers than there were at Origin.com, so I would suggest you go to your local retailers, although I heard Amazon sold out for a while too. So yeah, that is available. And just to give you a quick glimpse inside the collector's edition, contains the following items. We have the Journal of Master Nostural. Anyone who's seen our timeline series on the website will remember that Master Nostural was responsible for those, so anyone who's into those timelines will love that. We have a Darth Malgus statue, 9 inches tall, which looks great on your desk. We have a galaxy map, of course, showing the entire known galaxy during the time of the game. We have a brilliant Music of Star Wars: The Old Republic CD, 17 tracks. We have a security authentication key fob. I know everyone thinks that these are very important these days, and don't worry, yes, you will be able to get these if you don't buy the collector's edition. And last but not least, of course, you have the game itself. Oh, and plus 7 virtual items, but we're not going to go through those today.
Gentle Giant will have that statue to look at the show, too.
Yes, they do.
That's a good.
Anyone else have a question apart from that one?
So you mentioned in the pre-order details that there's going to be a store for the collector's edition. Like, what sort of items can we expect to see in that store? What should we expect?
Well, there are quite very exciting items that we have yet to determine. So,
Is there can you just like the nature of them? Like, will they be cosmetic items?
They will be more cosmetic than they would be.
well, actually, no. Currently, we are planning to have. They will be weapons and armor, but we're not going to be giving you an advantage in power levels. So you're not going to, when you get the store, you'll be able to buy items that will up your power, but they'll really just be cosmetic in terms of you could get a similar powered item that looks different by playing the game normally.
But you will have it because you had the CE. And in addition, the collector's store is actually a location in the game as well. It's not just a random vendor.
It's actually an exclusive location in the game. It's kind of like a, I don't know, an
A VIP
club
area.
Yeah, like a VIP lounge.
Yes.
Is the stuff there purchased with like in-game credits or actual money?
Actual American, no, I'm just kidding, credits.
Yes.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to. We already got your money when you bought the collector's edition, so. Half. Right. So there's been some discussion about the collector's edition and specifically the collector's store. We mentioned the other day, we couched it in terms of being a VIP lounge. It is an area in the game which is exclusive to people who own the collector's edition. However, it is not it is not a fabulous wonderland full of delights and items that no one else can possibly get hold of. There are plenty of very cool social places to go in the game, so don't feel that if you don't have the collector's edition that you will be, standing outside looking in, crying about the fact that you're not inside. It's really not that big a deal, and anyone who may be, for example, lording it over others on the forums about this should really knock it off. That said...
I don't know, it's pretty cool.
Thanks for just undoing everything I just said, James.
No, it is what he said. It's just a cool kind of cantina area that's exclusive for you to go. It's like if you're a VIP going to a VIP club. That's the extent of it, but that's still kind of cool. It's you also get the store, which is exclusive. It has items in it that aren't going to make you more powerful than people at your same level, but you will be able to get items that other players won't be able to get. So it's more of an aesthetic thing. You're going to look different.
I think it's fair to say that collector's item store will absolutely not unbalance the game. That's not the aim.
All right, let's head back to Twitter real quick.
Except for the Death Star laser cannon you get to attach to your starship.
Stop it right now.
All right.
The sooner you redeem your pre-order code, the sooner you will get to play. Early game access, which is essentially a Head Start program, right before the game launches, and we will order people based on when they redeem their pre-order code. One thing I should point out is that there's been some rumors flying around about different lengths of time access based off of the additions to the game. We had that idea at one point. We've since discarded it, and now it's purely based on when did you redeem your code?
So buying the collector's edition doesn't get you in earlier than buying the standard edition, anything like that.
Unless I buy my collector's edition before you buy your collector's edition or your standard edition. That's what it's based on, and people shouldn't panic because. It's going to be a lot of servers at launch, and while you may feel like, oh no, I'm going to be in 2 weeks, or it's not going to be an enormous span of time, and we're going to be opening up a lot of servers. So so you'll be placed, and I certainly don't think that in the first 24 hours as we are now, not even that, 12 hours? No, 15 hours? I don't know. But anyway, my point is that don't panic right now. I know how many sales have happened and everything else, and so far you're all fine. You're going to be in like day one or day two, or, I don't know. But
and there's plenty of editions of the game still to be picked up.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, standard edition's out there. Digital Deluxe is still available from Origin, and the collector's edition is available at retail.
Okay.
Hello! Hello! I'm doing a live tour, and I want to talk to somebody about Old Republic.
Okay, sure, you can talk to me.
Alright, very cool.
Nice to meet you. Take care.
I'm filming it
A bit loud here.
That's great, we can move.
Yeah. Why don't you step in?
Sounds great. Thank you very much.
If you're sort of directional.
What was that?
The mic's kind of directional, then it should go around. You can get me against this.
Sure, sounds great. So, I'm from GameSpot, and we're doing a live tour, and a lot of people are really into your game. Yes, they are. I personally signed up for the beta and never got chose. Damn.
Well, eventually.
Oh well. Yes, pre-orders are available now.
Yes, they are.
They are. What do you guys have to show for yourselves since E3?
Since E3, not a huge amount of changes. Obviously, the pre-order is the big news.
Yeah.
I've been working on that for a while. We're showing Origin Worlds here. We're also across the street at what we're calling the BioWare base over at Hilton Gaslight Hotel.
Yeah.
We're showing Warzone PvP, which is actually the first time it's been playable in the public eye, as it were. So yeah, we're showing off the all-around Warzone over there, and people have a lot of fun with it.
Very cool. I wish I could go over there and look at that with this, but I won't have time for that.
That's all right.
So we're looking at people over here. Can we talk about the game over here with them? Sure. So we've got. You said these are all the Origin worlds.
Yeah, we're basically allowing everybody to play one of the 8 classes that are in the game, so they get to choose from any of the 8 classes.
Now this guy looks like he's playing a Sith.
He is playing a Sith warrior.
Yeah.
He's on Korriban, which is the starting world, the ancient homeworld of the Sith Empire.
For sure. We've got it. You got to know Korriban if you know anything about stuff.
Yeah, he's actually exploring in one of the tombs on the
Yeah.
world, and he's activated a few droid sentries there, so he's going to deal with them before he gets out. He doesn't have a lightsaber yet. That's what we call the Sith training blade.
Yeah.
It's kind of a vibro blade. He's going to get his lightsaber at the end of the first world.
Yeah, as it should be with Korriban. I gotta say, personally speaking, the Old Republic games are probably my favorite RPG franchise. Absolutely my favorite.
Cool.
I've replayed those two games more times than I can even conceive of. And Korriban is definitely one of my favorite worlds for the intrigue of it, really. Now, of course, this takes place with the re-immersion of the Great Sith Empire into the galactic political scene, which is what was really hinted at with the end of 2, with that there was a threat out there that Revan had left to go address.
Right.
And
yeah, well, we're actually going to kind of cover off some of that story.
Oh, are you?
I mean, some of it is in the game, and you may have heard that Drew Karpyshyn, who's the writer of the Darth Bane novel series.
I've loved those series.
Drew has written a book called Revan, which is
I saw that. I need to get that book.
It's going to talk about the sort of gap in time between the two games. It's about 300 years has passed between the end
really?
of Knights of the Old Republic and this game. So obviously there's a lot of history.
For sure.
But yeah, we'll kind of explore, Revan's background there a little bit, and also sort of say when you play the game, you'll get a bit more information about what's happened to him in the intervening time.
These people here, they're playing a Republic trooper.
Yeah, they're on Ord Mantell, which is a war-torn world. This is the starting world for the Republic trooper and also the smuggler. They have different reasons to be on Ord Mantell, but they're in the middle of it right now.
All right. Now, are there any other shared homeworlds?
Yeah, Korriban is home to the two Sith classes, so the Sith Wizard and the Sith Warrior. Ord Mantell is where the Smuggler and the Trooper start off. Tython is where the two Jedi start, the Jedi Knight and the Jedi Consular.
Right.
And Hutter, the sort of the homeworld of the Hutts, is where the Bounty Hunter and the Imperial Agent start.
Now, are they actually on Hutter or are they on Nar Shaddaa?
No, they're on Hutter. Nar Shaddaa is another planet that's explorable in the game, but that happens a little later on. It's a slightly higher level planet.
All right. Because Hutter itself is kind of a crappy place.
Yeah, it's not got the best environmental...
anywhere that you would imagine slugs would evolve as the highest life form.
Yeah, the Hutts are not really big environmentalists.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they've kind of polluted the crap out of... polluted
the livability out of their planet
to a sort of barely habitable state. Really, I mean, all the origin worlds have a very different characteristic.
For sure.
And very different things going on in them.
All right.
But yeah, Hutter is one of the more inhospitable ones.
Yes. Very cool. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to this game. It might be the game that gets me back into MMOs.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. My wife doesn't hope so.
Well, maybe she had a play too.
Maybe. So wow, I'm super excited. I'm glad I got to talk to you guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Is there anything else you want to say? We've got like 5 minutes left. Is there anything that's burning a hole in your brain that you have to let the world know about?
Pre-orders are available now, and supplies are limited on pre-orders. If you want to pre-order the game, the best thing to do is to sort of pre-order it as soon as you can. I will say that we are planning to allow everybody who pre-orders into early game access, so that they'll get to play the game a little bit earlier than anyone who would try and pick it up on launch day. And also in September, we're going to start doing what we're calling beta testing weekends. You need to be signed up to test at StarWarsTheOldRepublic.com, but we're going to be letting more people in than ever before, more testers than ever before, and so if you've never played the game and you want to have a chance to do it, that would be a great time to sign up.
So that might be my chance to play it.
Might well
Since
be.
I signed up, after E3 last year.
Sure, yeah. So yeah, that's a good opportunity, and we're still targeting. We have a targeted release date window right now of holiday 2011.
Do you know what the ESRB is?
Oh, we're aiming for a T rating.
You're aiming for a T rating?
Still obviously rating pending.
Yeah. Price point on the pre-order.
pre-order would be usually $5 for the standard edition and $20 for the collector's edition, which is of course taken as a deposit against the final price of the game.
Which is that released yet?
Pricing on the standard edition is $59.99 on PC, and the collector's edition is retailing at suggested retail price $149.
All right. Is there going to be console support at all?
No,
No.
just aiming for PC right now.
Just PC? There was another question I had. What was it? What were we talking about a minute ago?
Consoles, pricing.
Consoles, pricing, pre-orders, collector's edition. All right, what does the collector's edition entail?
There's a lot of stuff in it.
A lot of stuff in it.
In fact, if you head over to the Gentle Giant booth, in one
yeah.
corner there's the actual Darth Malgus statue, which is one of the key components in the collector's edition. I don't know if I can try and recount them all off the top of my head. Comes in a fantastic collectible box, as you'd expect. Darth Malgus statue is kind of a key component of it. It's a 9-inch statue.
Yeah.
It's made by Gentle Giant.
Who are phenomenal.
Fantastic collectible company.
I did the booth tour with them last year, and they're just amazing quality.
So that's one. There is called the Journal of Master Nostrel. On the website, we've done a series called the Timeline series, which kind of goes through the backstory of the Old Republic. And the Journal of Master Nostrel includes new artwork and new details that have never before been seen in the Timeline series. We have a galaxy map, the map of the galaxy.
For sure.
There's a 17-track CD with music from the Old Republic. We have a security authentication key fob, which helps to keep your account secure and safe. And obviously we ship the game itself in there as well. And in addition, there are 7 little items in the collector's edition, 2 of which are actually exclusive to the CD.
All right. I remember the other question I had. Now, some of the MMOs I've done beta testing for, they offered like some sort of badge of honor for the people that got in early. For the beta testers that held through the actual launch.
We don't really have any plans for that right now.
Yeah.
The tricky thing is that someone who might be testing right now isn't going to be guaranteed to go all the way through launch.
Yeah.
Honestly, there are no plans right now.
All right. Very cool. What was your name?
Stephen Reed.
Stephen, what do you do, Stephen?
I'm community manager for the Old Republic.
You're the community manager for the Old Republic. Very cool. I see your Walker Ranch hat. Have you been there?
No, sadly.
No, sadly.
Yeah.
I know people who have worked there and just how almost nondescript it is. And it's like, oh yeah, there's George and Steve lunch at the table.
Yep.
So
Not yet. Maybe one day.
maybe one day. So again for your time,
No problem.
Stephen. I'm glad I got to come talk to you guys. This is a game that I'm really looking forward to, and I'm glad I got to share it with everyone.
Cool.
All right, so I'm gonna head back out.
There was, I think it was a press release that there's a limited number of Star Wars editions out there. Was it a marketing thing, or is that really true?
It's a limited edition. Of course, it's a marketing thing. But a limited edition would not be limited if it was unlimited.
Yeah.
And there's almost no advantage in buying it, except we know that some people are very excited about this game. I bought a limited edition for myself, even though I'll probably get one free through my work, but I wanted one because I've been waiting for this game for longer than anybody else, probably. And you want this kind of limited, will never come again, really gorgeous box just as a memento. And that's what we offered. And again, it's totally optional. So we're not, and once they are gone, we're not going to say, oh, that sold well, let's have another round. It's it's limited for a reason. Like every other limited edition of games that ever came out, this is not different.
Flashpoints or operations. You might be looking for some downtime. Massively multiplayer games, as we all know, we're all about how many times you can type slash dance into the chat window on an PlayStation. So we thought it was important to put some really cool social hubs into the game, and that's what we did. So James is going to talk a little bit about those.
So we wanted to have social areas in the game where players could easily meet up with other players. Now, obviously, you can do that anywhere else in the game, but we wanted to have 2 specific areas, one per faction, where that was very much encouraged. And we wanted to really fit the Star Wars flavor, so we felt that the best kind of location for that would be the fleets of each respective side, the Republic fleet and the Imperial fleet. So each side has their own core fleet, and you can travel there on your starship. And when you get there, the fleets have access to a whole bunch of different activities. It's actually the main launch point for the flashpoints and the operations that Daniel was talking about earlier on. That's actually where you can meet up with a whole bunch of players, form into groups of 4, 8, 16 players, and play some of the multiplayer content. It also has access to the Galactic Trade Network, so that's where you can trade items with other players. Finally, it has some of the best vendors in the game, so you can go there to spend all your credits. It's basically a place where you can go and find hundreds of other players at the same time, join up, and do some of the group content in the game.
Let's have a quick tour. This is the Republic fleet that you're seeing.
So what you're seeing there, one of the advantages of buying the collector's edition is it actually, well, it gives you many, many different advantages, but one of them is the access to a VIP area on the fleets. So that's an area where basically you and your fellow collector's edition players can go and interact. It's not really, it doesn't really give you any advantage in the game other than you get to feel a little bit special whenever you visit the fleet.
There's something extremely embarrassing when you first run into the elevator and the bouncer kicks you off it and points you away and tells you you have to have a VIP badge to get here.
Very exclusive.
That's all, folks.